Okay, so welcome to the next tutorial of Blender. So today what we're going to be building is a glass coffee cup. You know those fancy ones that you see in the coffee shops with the baristas and stuff like that. So we're going to be building a basic one of those. So I implore you first, let's change the render engine to cycles, and then I'm going to split the screen again so that you guys can see the wireframe. And then I'm going to work on the opposite side, as I usually do. So, we did a coffee cup a while back. This will be the glass coffee cup. I'm also going to be teaching you how to do glass today as well. So this will be one of the first tutorials of textures. So yeah, I'm going to get right into this. So we're going to go ahead and delete the default cube. We want to add a mesh, a circle. Always start off with a circle, beautiful circles. So this time we're going to make the inside of the glass, and then we're going to make the outside of the glass, and then we're going to go back in again. So what it is with the coffee cup glasses, so that they disperse heat better, they actually have a curved part on the inside. It's generally for decoration, but we're going to include it in this project. So we want a circle. Let's go to edit mode. Everything's selected, so press F for fill face. E for extrude, we'll just go up slightly, and S to scale inwards, and then E for extrude, and then S to scale inwards, and this will be the base of the coffee cup. So then we want to scale inwards again, just make sure that it's just nice and smooth. And then we are going to select the edge points. So you notice that if I just select the edge points, I don't select everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to press 1 select, shift, and then we're going to go control, and then we're just going to select randomly around the edge. And what it should do is it should select everything around the edge. If it doesn't, just continue pressing points until eventually it does. So, excuse me, we do E for extrude, but we're not going to move it. Scale it outwards so that you've got the bottom of your cup. E for extrude, scale outwards slightly so that you've got the bottom for your cup again. And then what we're going to do, E for extrude, and then we're just going to go smaller and smaller and smaller until eventually we get to the stem of the cup. And then I'll show you what we need to do from there. So, scale inwards slightly, E for extrude, scale inwards slightly, E for extrude, and we're just going to go like that until we get the perfect kind of shape. So, in regards to coffee cups versus ice cream cups, so ice cream cups tend to have a very narrow base to them, whereas coffee cups are a little bit thicker. So we're going to go with a thick stem on this one. So I'm just going to press 1 on the side so you guys can see this. So we can see that we've got the inside on this point, and then we've got the outside on this point. So we're going to select this face again. E for extrude, scale inwards, and we're remembering that thick kind of neck that we've got. So E, scale inwards slightly, and then E again. And then at this point, we want to start going outwards for the cup. So ice cream cone cups, they tend to be a lot thinner at the bottom so that you can get syrup in the bottom, but with the coffee cups that are made out of glass, they tend to have a more wider base after the stem. So E for extrude again, scale outwards, E for extrude, scale outwards, E for extrude, scale outwards, you know the deal by now. And then E for extrude, scale outwards. Now at this point I need to instruct perhaps that you don't pass the bottom of the glass, because normally the top part of the glass wouldn't be taller or wider than the bottom part of the glass because it would become unstable. So make sure that you don't pass this bottom part here. Scale that downwards just a little bit. You go E for extrude, just perhaps a little bit out, but don't pass that line. E for extrude again. Let's move that down for you. Excuse me. Then we're going to get E for extrude, and roughly that should be about the size of it. Now we're going to make the lip the top part so that this isn't just a right angle thing. So E for extrude, scale it inwards slightly. E for extrude again, scale inwards. E for extrude, scale inwards again, and then we're going to go E for extrude, scale inwards, but we're going to go down. So G, down. So now you can't really see the inside of the glass here. I don't think you can. Maybe that would work. Right. So now we're going to go down on the inside of the glass. Now, coffee cup glasses tend to be very thick. So I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller. E for extrude. That's probably quite a thickness on that one. E for extrude until we get to roughly the bottom. Now they tend to have quite thick bases to them, so we're going to emulate that on here. E for extrude again, S for scale, E for extrude, S for scale. Quite a basic thing to do now. Just going to bring that up a little bit. E for extrude, scale, and there we have the basic kind of look to the glass. Just going to shade smooth this, right click. Then we've got to make the handle, but before we make the handle I want to make the glass for you to show you what to do. So I'm just going to add a plane so that you guys can see. I'm going to put it onto the rendered mode, click this object, we're going to go to material, add new, and we're going to go to surface. We're going to go with glass. Now you'll notice that the glass is very faded, it's very rough, so just going to pull the roughness down, and this is what you should be left with. So now we notice that it doesn't really look that glass-like, so we're going to mess around with the IOR until we can get it to the right thickness that we need. So generally I go with something like that. You can't really judge the background on this very well, so what I'm going to do, you don't need to do this, but I'm just going to add some random objects in the background and just add some colour to those as well. So got a green one, let's make a few greens. It's just so that you guys can see the glass and you can see the reflections and stuff. Just ignore me for 2 seconds. And new assign. Oh, we got pink. Let's go with pink. Why not? Right, so back to object mode. So now what you should see is that there's a little bit of pink on the inside there of the glass, if you can see that as I'm rotating it. Just little drops of pink, so that's actually the reflection of the pink. Just going to scale that a little bit. Now, if you notice with the glass, there's the reflection of the pink right there. So that is quite thick compared to, say, that, which you can't see the glass. So we want to get that sweet spot in the middle, where we've got a nice glass kind of shape, but we also can see reflections and we can also see through it. So the arrow trick is an amazing trick to get this to work. I don't currently have any arrows, I just have square things. So we're going to make the handle now. So the last time that I made a handle within Blender, I did it from a square, but this time I would like to maybe use a donut shape. That would be cool. So I'm going to go G, bring this up, and then what I'm going to do, a little bit of magic, bit of Blender magic. We're going to rotate this at 90 degrees, half a rotate. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on to edit mode. I'm going to work in this one. So I want to grab all of that, rotate, and then I'm going to go 90 again because that was the wrong way for me. And then I'm going to go B for box select. And I'm just going to get rid of half of these vertices. Just press delete. Get rid of the faces. And then I'm going to take this. We're facing that way. Just going to smooth that out. This is kind of cheating, making a handle, but it's like one of the most simplest ways of doing it. Because like the way that I did it last time with a cube, like that was just an abomination. Just really was. So I'm just going to pull it out. Make sure that when you put it in, it's within the inside and the outside. And for the texture on this, we want to go with the glass texture that we made prior. So the cup should look like this. I think that's a better angle actually. So it kind of has a thicker glass side, but I mean you could make, even if you wanted to, I'll just make another little thing right there. If you guys really wanted to, you could make it smaller, just to match the glass a little bit more. Just G and S for scale, and just use your scroll wheel to move everything over. But yeah, that's your basic coffee cup. Your coffee glass, should I say. Just duplicate that. Duplication. And yeah, that's how you make your coffee glasses. You can make the glass a little bit rougher if you want to, and you can add some more details, but we'll get into Veroni. I think it's Veroni. We'll get into that later on. Once we're making bigger things, and I'll teach you how to put imperfections into your scenes and stuff. But yeah, thanks guys if you've got this far. Have a great day. See you in the next one.